are in the pod with the very amazingly talented Eve. Now, Eve, let's get this started to begin with. Is it Eve Marie, or is that your stage name?
Eve Marie is very much my stage name, yes.
Can I call you Eve?
You could call me Eve.
Great. Oh, it's fantastic to have you here. Now, first of all, not only are you hugely talented in many things, but I think very specifically you're talented in something, and I didn't really know about it until recently. So tell me a little bit about yourself and what you're so amazing at.
Well, what am I so amazing at?
Do I need to remind you? Come on.
Oh no, you're very kind, thank you. So as you now know, I'm a singer, I'm classically trained, I'm doing a lot of opera, I do other styles as well, so crossover and everything as well, but opera is kind of my main direction at the moment. I'm classically trained, I'm studying at the moment with Operas as part of their Young Artist programme, and I'm doing a lot of different productions.
So tell us a bit about your background, because when you say opera, that isn't something you just decide to do one day. This is kind of like something really specific. You have to have done a lot of training in the past. And I'm kind of feeling like to be an opera singer, you have to have certain something about you that allows your body to do that.
Well, it's many, many years of training. Now, I started at a very, very young age.
Mm-hmm.
I actually started in musical theatre first. So I started when I was about 8 years old in the Antwerp Stadsschouwburg, because I'm originally from Belgium, as part of Les Miserables. I was the Little Cassette for over a year there. Wow. And from there, I auditioned to be part of the Vlaamse Opera, which is the national Flemish opera. And I was toured with them for quite a few productions. So from a very young age, I pretty much grew up in the opera house. And it kind of feels like home, you know, to be on that stage, to be part of these productions, to be working with these people. So from a very, very young age, I was kind of in that world. And I just developed a complete passion and love for it. It became part of me. And I just can't live without it. I had a few years where, due to personal reasons, I had to take some time off, but actually thinking about it, I think that was probably good for me. After I went to Chetham's and School of Music and studied there, I took some time out, and it really gave me some time to grow and develop as a person and have some life experience. And now I think that makes me a better artist because I have that life experience. Because I don't know if you know, but especially in opera, roles are very dramatic. It's all very dramatic. There's always some kind of love triangle, and always somebody dies. Yep. So it's very, very dramatic. And to have that life experience, to be able to put that emotion into it, I think when you're younger, you try your best to put everything into that character, but now I can really put that emotion into it. Now I understand the characters more. I can put my all into it.
So talk a little bit about, you said you were kind of having a regular life. You had your training, and like every artist that has ever existed, they have to have a job while they're looking for work. So you had a regular life, regular job.
I did, yeah. For a few years, I worked for Bangor University, and I was in the business admin for quite a few years. But I always felt like something was missing, and I did my job, and it was absolutely fine, and you kind of go through the motions. But it wasn't until I lost my brother a few years ago, very unexpectedly, and it kind of made me reevaluate life. And go, actually, life's too short, and I need to follow my passion. And if I don't do it now, it's never going to happen. So a few years ago, I really started studying again, and started building my business as two separate businesses, really. One as I sing for weddings and events and everything like that, which is quite separate to the opera side of it, and one I'm still developing as an opera singer as well, and being part of the productions. Especially, I've done quite a few with North Wales Opera now, I'm going to Holland in
Wow.
June for 3 weeks, so I'm very excited about that.
It's really amazing. You just worked so hard on your career. I've watched your trajectory, and I can see how you've really worked to sort of build that up. And it's amazing that you're getting the opportunity to do that.
Thank you. Yeah, no, it's been a lot of hard work and a lot of juggling. Spinning a lot of plates all the time, but. Do you know what? I love it so much, and I feel like that passion and that drive is what keeps me going every day, and what keeps me focused on the path that I'm trying to achieve, and it's all about enjoying the journey as well, because we might have a destination in mind, but if we're solely focused on that destination, then we are not then we're not enjoying the experience, and I think that's all part of it. If, we all have those moments where, especially when you get handed a role, it's the best thing in the world. Yeah. But then the realization comes that now you have to do all the study of the score.
It's kind of like the high of, yay, I got it. Oh.
Exactly that.
What do I do now?
That. Yes, exactly that. And then, to be honest, you spend some time crying in the score because there's just so much work to do, because there's so much more involved. It takes a good 6 months to get a role into your body, because you have to, not only do you have to research the time period, you have to research what the kind of social status was at that time. You have to translate the whole score, because you have to, it's usually in a different language, whether it's Italian, German, French, it could be any, or even Czech, it could be, but you need to understand what you're saying, because if you have those interactions on stage and you don't know what the other person's saying, how can you then put the correct emotion into that? How can you put your own interpretation into that? And it's difficult, and the music is generally quite complicated as well. There's a lot of vocal technique involved. There's a lot of hard work involved. You really need a team of people around you to help guide you through that, and to really get the music into your body, get the emotion there, get everything in there. And it takes time, it takes time, and it's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of dedication. But so you really have to love it to be able to put that into it, Yeah. But I think once you get to that stage where you then get to perform that role, there's nothing like it in the world, It's just to be able to then share that with audiences is incredible. Yeah.
And I suppose what sometimes is hard for people to understand when they, if anyone follows you on Instagram, you just look so beautiful, and and the singing so amazing, and it's so effortless looking, and that is you. But also there is that time that all those things that we don't get to see on on social media, that maybe we think, it's easy, or they have this lovely life, that just things happen to them just like by accident, and you just happen to fall into Bodmin Garden in a beautiful dress, and someone just happened to be there to catch you singing. That's the look we're going for, but that's not the actual behind the scenes of it all, is it? And the work and the craft.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of hard work that goes into it. Countless lessons, coachings. I mean, even now I still have lessons and coachings and the rest of it. It's obviously we have to have regular headshots and everything like that, and I have to make sure I have regular facials to make sure that my skin's
oh my gosh,
okay.
What a chore.
But it's all part of it, because at the end of the day, I am my business, and I am the front of my business. So I'm quite a perfectionist as well, to the point where I have quite a large dress collection.
Let's talk about the dress collection.
Well, I like to, especially for concerts and things, I like to really think about what I'm wearing for each concert, or if I'm doing a charity concert, or whether it's in a cathedral, or whether it's for a wedding, or whether it's wherever it is, it's wearing something that will match the occasion, that signifies my brand, but also is appropriate. And I think that's quite important, because I think we live in quite an aesthetic world these days, where everybody likes the way things look, and they want things to look nice for their pictures, for their, and it all kind of matches in with each other, and it's all part of it. I think is to really think about every single detail to do with that, and whatever I can do to help make their vision come true is what I like to put in.
But I mean, you are your own person and your own company. So, there must be times when it gets quite tough because, you can tell me, but I imagine that having to, as you say, think about what you're projecting, what you're doing, what people think, how is it aesthetically pleasing, how's it going to catch people's eye so that they then listen to your music. And then also booking the gigs and learning the songs and, dealing with life. That's a lot of stuff. That's like 15 people's job and you're doing all of those jobs. Like, what do you do when it gets like, too much?
Yeah, so it can be overwhelming because, we have to do all the marketing. We have to deal with the clients themselves. We have to deal with so many, and networking is a huge part of this job. Networking is one of the most important parts of this job. And it can be a lot, and especially social media has been a huge learning curve for me because a few years ago I didn't even have social media, so that's a huge part of any freelancer or any business's life these days. It's been a huge learning curve, but I think just trying to manage everything and trying to say to yourself, I'm doing what I can, I'm trying to put in what I can, and I just try and do my best, and that's all I can do, and telling myself that is enough. Doing my best is enough because I'm only me, and I can only do what I can do.
But being such a perfectionist and being so fantastic anyway, I mean, your best is kind of up here, isn't it? Which is like a hard mountain to climb because it's so fabulous.
I think it's difficult because I don't see myself like that. I see myself as, I'm very much still improving, and I'm very, and I see myself as, I'm always learning. I'm always learning. I'm always improving. I don't, I set the bar very high on myself, and I am very, very, I'm very hard on myself because I am a perfectionist, and I think a lot of us in this industry are, and I think that can sometimes be our downfall. But at the same time, you kind of have to set a high standard to do this so that you can deliver the high standard that everybody expects of you.
But I guess just for people in their own lives, the joy of singing, the joy of listening to music, you don't have to like put pressure on yourself to like be Eve Marie soprano. You can just enjoy the music.
Of course. And I'd encourage anyone to sing because at the end of the day, it's great for mental health. It's great for anyone. If you can sing in the shower, great, do it. I'm not at all, this is not a career for everyone because, with the fantastic highs also comes a lot of stress, and you have to be quite resilient. You have to deal with a lot of no's, you have to deal with a lot of rejection, you have to deal, but also the stress of managing everything, the stress of everything, and fitting the time in to still continue learning everything, learning new repertoire, learning new roles, learning, and the constantly evolving market as well. The industry is constantly changing, constantly evolving. So you have to be quite adaptable and you have to be quite resilient. So I think I certainly wouldn't recommend it for everyone, but I would definitely recommend everyone to sing because whether you can sing well or not, it doesn't matter. Just sing for your enjoyment. Not everybody has to be a professional. But if you enjoy it, absolutely do it because it releases endorphins. It's really great for you.
Yeah. And even if you're not a professional, you can still go for those facials
and
treat yourself like the opera singer.
Self-care is very important.
Self-care. This is for my self-care because one day, I'm going to sing in the shower tomorrow, so I need to look my best for that moment.
No, I think self-care, is one of the most important things because I think sometimes you can get so involved with work, that it's important to sometimes take a step back and say, okay, I need to do this for me, and just reset everything a little bit. And everyone can do that, and everyone needs to do that. I think we live in a society now where, you know, especially with social media, we're constantly chasing this perfect life. We're constantly chasing this, oh, I must do more because they are doing more. I must do more. But it's actually stop, you know. Let's take time out for ourselves. Let's make sure we have that self-care, because then we are able to put in 100%. If we burn ourselves out, which, you know, I'm one that just keeps going, go. But it can be difficult, because then you get to the point where your body just says, no, it's not going to happen. We can't carry on like this. So actually, if you regularly take a little bit of time out to just reset and just to be mindful. You know, I love going for walks. We've got a beautiful scenery here in Conwy, for example, but there's plenty of places around in Wales and otherwise where you can just go for a little walk, be mindful, reset your mind, and just take a few minutes to just try and switch off.
And while you're switching off, you can listen to your new single.
Yes.
Is that right? You can be walking along the front and listening to your new song. Tell us what it's called.
It's called La Vie en Rose. Yeah, and it is a new take on the Edith Piaf version, and you can find it on Spotify. You can find it on all of the musical Apple Music, everywhere, all of the musical channels. There will soon be a music video to go along with it as well, which I'm very excited to share with everyone. You'll find the details of all of that on my social media when it will be shared.
What's your social media handle?
It's Eve Marie Soprano, for both Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, everywhere, YouTube.
She's everywhere.
Everywhere. Yes, and on my website, www.evmariesoprano.com. And yes, I mean, the video, I'm so excited about it. It was filmed in the beautiful Markwill Hall just outside Wrexham. We've had some fantastic suppliers that have helped, that have done hair, makeup. We've had some beautiful dresses that I'm wearing in the video from Cameo Brides Llandudno.
Fabulous.
And it's just gorgeous, and I can't wait to share it with you all.
Amazing. Well, while we're looking out for that, we can actually listen to the song, and I believe it got to #1.
It did. When it first came out, it went straight to the iTunes classical charts, to the top, and I couldn't believe it, to be honest, because I didn't even know. I didn't know how to check. It wasn't until someone sent me, you know, have you seen this?
Wow.
And I was like, oh! No, I couldn't. I was absolutely over the moon, and I'm so grateful to everybody who's been downloading it and streaming it, and it's been just great. I've been really, really appreciative of all of the support I've received for it. Yeah.
Well, and it's still there, so you
yes,
can go and
it
get
is.
it.
Yeah.
Make it #1 again. Is that like a hashtag?
Make it #1 again.
Again. I have to tidy that up a bit, maybe. But yeah, why not? I mean, it is a beautiful record. We've had it playing in the car.
Thank you.
So, and you also are available for wedding singing.
That's right.
And concerts.
Yeah. Yes.
So
yes.
we can book you for that.
Yes. Yeah. You can DM me on my socials, or you can fill it out a booking form on my website as well.
Ooh,
yeah.
Brilliant. Thank you so much for coming to see us today. We really appreciate your time. Take care.
See you.